days into a run across the country, and on this 39th day I ran from Lismore to Byron Bay, and it was a pretty good run, pretty cruisy, through all sorts of backcountry roads, just lush green fields and plenty of cows, and hit the beach at the end and had a swim for like the first time in weeks, and I've only managed to go for a swim like 3 or 4 times max so far, so it was awesome. I was going to film this there, but it was just far too windy for the camera. It's always terrible when it's windy anyway, so where I am instead is staying with a friend, and it's always awesome to be with someone who's a familiar face. You kind of touch back down in reality again, because I kind of get lost amongst just novel environments, and then when you see someone again that you know, you kind of you come back to a place that sort of tied back to reality again, and it kind of makes sense, and you step in. The same goes for seeing familiar places. It's just you're lost in just another world, and then so all of a sudden you're just back in somewhere you know, and it's a very strange feeling, but it's comforting. So I like days like this, and but the thing I wanted to talk about, and the reason I'm glad I'm once again making a video at midnight, it's funny, it's often the case because there was nothing during the day that I really wanted to talk about specifically, no strange obstacle that threw itself up, or no incredible insight that just happened in the middle of the day. It was something that happened to me this evening, and so I want to talk for a little while. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I apologise if it ends up a bit of a ramble, but I think it's quite important, because it's about something, about who I am, what this run is, and clarifying it explicitly, as opposed to all the sort of suggestions or hints at what I am, what I'm trying to do and achieve through all my blogs and other videos and things. And so I just sort of try and explicitly state it for once. And let me start by telling you about the thing that stimulated it, and that was doing a bit of reading up on Pat Farmer. If you don't know who Pat Farmer is, he is an incredible ultra-marathon runner, has set all sorts of records, and most recently he just finished running from the North Pole to the South Pole, and just stupidly big journey, just incredible, running 80 k's a day. To put it simply, a far more physically, a far more difficult and greater achievement, if you know what I mean. Like literally, if you came to watch somebody attempt to do something at the limits of what's humanly possible, go check out Pat Farmer's stuff. You get a bit of that from me. Like there's no doubt that what I'm doing, running about 50 k's a day, is hard. It's not what your normal person does, but to run 80 k a day non-stop every day, through way more insane conditions. Yes, he's supported, but physically doing things that are just, anyway. And it made me reconsider, it made me think about what I'm doing from the perspective of other people, because I started thinking about what Pat Farmer was doing, trying to get inside his head and work out why it was that he was doing what he did. And it dawned on me that it wouldn't surprise me at all if a lot of people had put me in the same category as Pat Farmer, as a guy who was trying to do something big, and some big achievement, and say, hey, well, look at me, I'm the youngest, I'm unsupported, I'm going to some insane place, and this is some achievement that you should all take note of, and if you feel inspired, give some money to this charity. I'm sorry to say that's not what this is at all. It's basically what instead you've come for is a story about a boy who set out from home with his backpack and a few things he thought he might need to basically go on an adventure to a place he thought might be difficult to reach, somewhere far, far away, where it would take so long to get there, he couldn't possibly not face some sort of challenge or arduous times, life-changing circumstances that would make him learn about himself. And man, I've jumped into the third person, that's weird. Anyway, the point is, I sort of set out a boy, I just finished uni, I came straight from school into uni, and then now all of a sudden that's finished, and I've just sort of headed out to sort of live some sort of dream that I had as a kid, and see what's possible, just to know, just to find out. Yeah. I'm not trying to break a record. I'm not trying to say, look at me, I'm amazing. It's just more maybe, if you want to follow, here are some insights into what I'm thinking about, into my mindset and what I think is important in life. I'm not trying to say that what Pat Farmer has done isn't important. He's raised a huge amount of money and done something just that I'm sure I could do if I put my effort to it, but it's not necessarily something that I want to do. I don't see myself as someone who will just continue to run all my life. I've reevaluated the running and realised running for me is a means to an end. It's a means to adventuring solo. That's just how you move from A to B quickly. I don't want to walk because it just takes too long. So let's go. Let's do stuff. I've never had any running training. I didn't even win the school cross country. I got beaten every year by somebody who was usually a good mate now, John Bowden, and then in the final year, another bloke who's now cycling in America and all sorts of stuff, Alistair Loughton. Anyway, unimportant. Also all great blokes. And the point being, if you're not about the running necessarily, I have a passion for running, and funnily enough, I realised I could do something productive with it on the way. I realised there's a connection between doing tremendous things and people being inspired and then donating to a cause that you say is worthy. And I don't know, it takes a long time in my mind to connect all those up. And I'm not going to draw all that now because I'll probably get my tongue tied and struggle to explain it. But in summary, I think it's awesome that you can do something cool like this and then make a difference. So that makes me incredibly happy. And the backstory behind mental health is incredibly complicated as well. Let's just leave it as something close to my heart. I'll save that one for another day. I promise I'll write about that one day. It's the type of thing that really needs words that are put down on paper and carefully thought about. So to do the people justice. Anyway, this is taking a while, but I still think it's quite important that I explain that you've come for something different. If you're watching this, don't expect me to talk about the running. I often don't. It's more about going from just a boy to coming home a man with a world of experiences, and I'm certainly getting that already. Oh, this is just insane. I'm just so busy from the moment I finish running. Just the emails are coming in at about 10 to 15 a day, and phone calls to media, and just replying to people who just want to see I'm okay and stuff, and just like keeping in touch. Anyway, oh man, my mind has just exploded, and I wish I had the time. I don't wish I had the words to say it. I have the words to say it. We all have the words to say what we mean. It really just takes time to get it out. Often when I write a blog, I'll just write for hours and hours thinking of the right words. They're there, and I'm going to get them. I've got another 4 months easily before I get to the Cape, and I want to, by that time I will have the best summary that I can give of the human experience, of what it means to seek to know yourself and the best that you yourself can achieve. I wish everyone else who is chasing their dreams the best with it too. Enjoy the journey. That's what it's all about. That's a cliche, but a mate of mine said recently, he said, when you're running 5,000 Ks, it's no longer a cliche. It's you can say whatever you want, and it's true. It really is. It's about every step along the way. It's not about the cave itself. It's about every step to that point. That's the thing that's life-changing. So, alright, that's enough ramble for one day. I'm resting tomorrow. I need it. My knees are feeling tight. Got to massage them and whatnot, and get a haircut. Alright, anyway, thanks for listening. Write to me if you've got any questions, because I often wonder if anything of this makes sense at all. I do have lots of school kids now writing to me, which is just awesome, because they ask simple but insightful questions, if you know what I mean. Honest questions is potentially the best word for it. They don't cover up what they mean with, yeah, let's go there another day. Anyway, thank you all. I'm going to bed. See you tomorrow.